What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle, today in the world of indie games. We're going to be taking another look at a title that we've covered a couple times in the past. First, it was in very, very early alpha. The second time it was in release, and this time it's been about 8 months since the last time we checked out the game, but it's been moving along. It's a little title called Dwarves Glory Death Loot. In this game, you'll be leading a war party of dwarves out to go fight a ton of orcs that have apparently gotten their names inscribed inside the Book of Grudges so that you can claim loot, make synergies, and auto-battle your way to success. Today, we're going to take a look at the game for about probably 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or if it's one of those games that's not for you. But if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. There's also links to my Discord and also my Twitch stream and other associated links like Twitter or Patreon, all that kind of stuff if you wanted to support my work. But let's dive into Dwarves Glory Death Loot. So what is this game? Dwarves Glory Death and Loot is a game where you are assembling a dwarvish war party. And this game started out really simple the first time that we covered it. It was basically just two armies mashing on into one another. And this time around the block, it is still a game about two armies mashing into one another over and over and over again, but it's actually got quite a bit more complexity than it used to have the last time around. They've added a lot of stuff and things to this game that make it much more interesting and make your war party a lot more customizable. The basic core idea of the game is that you pick what bounties you want to go after, what groups of orcs have effectively offended dwarf culture the most. You wipe them out, you get money, you get XP, your characters level up, and they get stats based on what equipment that they have put on. Then from there, you're going to go into a shop, you're going to buy equipment in order to make your dwarves even stronger. You can also forego buying things in order to upgrade your shop to increase the quality of items that are going to show up inside of it. Then from there, you can also use money to get more dwarves that you want to put inside of your war party, and you're trying to come up with a war party that has like synergies between itself. So right now, I have the equivalent of kind of like a very basic dwarf war party at the moment. I've got a Warhammer Knight in the front. This guy is all about uber tankiness. This guy's job is not really to deal damage. This guy's job is to get hit in the face and make sure that none of the other dwarves get hit in the face. Behind him, I have Durim, who is one of my DPSers. He's got a giant two-handed axe, but occasionally, he's also going to chuck that axe on his back for huge amounts of damage. Behind him, we've got Bum Rammy. He's just got a big ol' axe and he likes to stick it inside the nervous system of an enemy orc. We've also got Oral Drumleer. Unlike the rest of his kin, who prefer the front conflict way of dealing with problems, Oral really likes to shiv things in the back, and so he's running around with dual-wielded, master-crafted mithril knives right now that put poison on the enemy, and he is my principal damage dealer. This guy puts out an insane amount of damage. We've got Nomdrum behind him, who's a dwarvish archer. Dwarvish archery, it's really kind of suffered over the years. He's not very accurate, he's not very good at it, but at the end of the day, it makes him feel good to explode an orc's head off, Princess Mononoke style, every time he hits that 1% chance to actually hit him with a bow. I've got Grom Rotom over here. He's basically just a cheerleader. Dwarves don't have cheerleaders with like the pom-poms and the mini-skirts. Instead, we've gotten rid of that for full nudity, a whole bunch of tattoos, beards, drunkenness, and waving a flag around. That's the entire idea. And speaking of drunkenness, behind him I've got one of my priests who is perpetually drunk due to his mug of everlasting Bach that allows him to cast abilities faster. We've got a water mage back here who is also a healer, and then we've got a fire mage back here who's constantly throwing the bird at the enemy as long as that bird is made of fire, which it's a literal bird made out of fire. I don't know, the wordplay worked on out. The game has added a bunch of new systems since the last time I played it. There's a crafting system now where you can combine items to put them up to higher tiers. You can also take a big gaggle of low-tier items, and you can put them in here, and you can upgrade them. You can salvage items to get crafting materials back so that you can make new stuff. Very interesting things. I haven't completely and totally plumbed the depths of how everything here works, but more complexity is appreciated inside this game because it was very simple the last time we played it, and I'm actually encouraged to see how many new bells and whistles have been added over the course of the last year or so. We've got a storage area. This is just where you can put your stuff. That's pretty much it. We've also got the rune circle over here. As you go through the game, you're going to unlock gems. These gems are going to allow you to apply points that give universal buffs to your war party. It will increase their stats like strength, stamina, dexterity, all that kind of stuff. I do think it's a good idea for us to put some points in wisdom right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll put a couple points into wisdom just to get that up to here. And then that's going to give us an ability called Gold Rush, which allows us to increase the gold that we gain from battles by 4%. I'll go ahead and take that. There's also the ability over here to buy runes. I haven't bought any runes yet, so I don't know exactly what they do, but maybe we'll save up and try to buy a rune by the end of all this. So that we can see what the runes actively do for us. We've also got formations. This is a big breath of fresh air, in my opinion, because one of the problems the previous build of the game had is that different dwarves have a different speed rating and different knockback ratings, which means that your war party always ended up getting scrambled and like not sticking together, and they'd be all over the place just hacking and slashing and murdering. The formations allow you to change that around, where it can be like every dwarf for himself, or it can make it so they stay in a phalanx, or they stay in one big clump, and they match their speed to the slowest dwarf. Lots of good little things in here that I actually like. And then there's also little, I guess, pre-build formations that you'll unlock that give stat bonuses as you go through the game. Let's take another battle real quick. These guys have a lot of warhammers. There's a lot of DPS in that group. This group is probably doable, so let's go ahead and see if we can't get a little bit of mayhem under our belt over here. As you can see, the orcs are beating us when it comes to pushback. However, we are winning the DPS race. If you take a look at the damage being dealt up in the top right-hand corner, one of our priests just caught a punch to the face. This battle is customizable with regards to the speed at which it plays. If you feel like you're missing things and you're just not seeing all the cool stuff happen, you can slow it down to half speed. You can take it on up to like quadruple speed. You can play this like a speed run game if you want. We got a Hammer of Wrath right there. I'll go ahead and take that. That's a nice little upgrade. We've also got an explosive quiver, which would be great for our archer. Let's go ahead and take that. We've got a Divine Crown over here that's rare quality, so I'll absolutely throw that on into the stack. We also have another Dwarven Dual Axe over here, so I guess this is going to be expenditures season. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I was waiting for on this side to come down the pipe, and it finally done come down the pipe. Let's give you the quiver. Oh, he can't wear shoulder pads if he has the quiver on, huh? Okay, let's go ahead and give him a healer's hat real fast. I don't know if I have anything that'll combine right now, but we can go into the forge. And with some of this loose stuff, I don't have a problem like throwing it together and seeing what comes out. It looks like we got some red steel shoulders. Okay, I'll take some red steel shoulders. They're not very good red steel shoulders, but nonetheless, they are indeed red steel shoulders. If we go back to the shop, let me buy that because I wanted to test something real fast. I wanted to see if you put similar items in here, if something new will happen. Ah, it does. It upgrades it to the next tier. Okay. There's a little tutorial right here, but like it doesn't fully... Oh, it clicks. Never mind. Let me read through it. Okay, so it's clarified a little bit. I'm still not totally sure how all of it works, but, like, I'm getting closer to understanding how all of it works. Let's do some disassembly and just kind of see what we get out. I need another one of these hammers. Then I can upgrade to a green. Do I have anybody with a green staff on right now? Let me take a look at my guys. Does he have a green staff? I don't think he does. Oh, no, he does have a green staff. Okay, so if we can get one more green staff, we can upgrade it to a blue staff, which will be quite a bit more efficient than what he's currently got equipped. You can also sell your items from right here if you want. It may be time for me to pick up another guy, too, like another tanky dude that's like a big, stompy brutalizer. I'd be okay with that idea. Another wizard might be sexy, too. I don't know. Let's upgrade our shop. Since we have double that amount of money, it's going to add like 5 more items to the shop. It is getting more expensive, though, to recycle my shop out here. So, we do get set bonuses for some of these things that get equipped. I'll take that. I will take that. I will take that. The Night Spalders, I'll take those too. We spending money right now. We spending money right now. All right, what does he have on? He has Night Spalders. He's got Red Steel Spalders. Those give strength and stamina in equal accordance. That gives a bit more stamina right there. Let's give him the sword. It's not a very dwarfy weapon, but it is a weapon, and it is better than what he's got. We'll upgrade his hat right there, and then I need to throw, like, all this stuff into storage. Let's take another battle and see if we can get ourselves set up with a little bit more cash. These battles are getting pretty hot and spicy, though, and so I'll probably just go for... There's no healers on this one, but there are a lot of guys that can nuke with the thunder. And I don't think we have thunder resistance just yet. Let's just go for the easy fight. Oh my god, we're on 4X. Terrifying things are happening. The battle is going entirely too fast. The good news is on this side, we whooped them. And so it looks like they're going down pretty rapidly. I was right in assuming that this was a very, very easy battle. It does keep track of how many kills your dwarves have right there on each battle. They get like little kill streaks and stuff. There's lots of thematic little things that they can do. What is that? A Warhammer? Gives 26 stamina. It's a two-hander, though. My frontline guy is using a shield. I don't know if I want to put that on. Do I have room for another dwarf, though? I do have room for another dwarf. Your dwarves have random stats when they spawn in. You're going to want to pay attention to those. So this guy has bad stamina, but he's got decent strength. This guy's got good stamina, but he's got bad strength. Let's rotate him and see if we get something a little bit better. I guess we're going for like a stamina build, so it'll be okay. Let's buy that Warhammer right there. I want that. Give me that Warhammer. And then this little guy back here, we'll give him that giant Bonkinator hammer. We'll shift the formation back by one. Every X amount of battles, you get a relic that you can equip on your guys that come in different qualities, and they do different things, and they have different elemental triggers, and they basically do different stuff. So this guy's got the Dragon Bacon. It makes him fatter every single time he uses it, but it saves his life. So basically, when his health goes below 75%, he eats the bacon. He gains 16% to all of his resistances, but he gets fat every single time he uses it, which means that his weight is going to get out of control like really, really, really rapidly. The good news about that is that weight is both a good thing and a bad thing in this game. Weight makes him move slower, but weight also makes him harder to move when enemies hit him. And so just little things to keep in mind while you're building around. I'm still fairly new to the game, but I am having a good time playing around with things. The Helmet of Wrath. I mean, our new dwarf needs equipment. There's not really much else that I can do about that. It looks like a dwarven cloak right there. Okay, I'll try out the dwarven cloak. Why not? We got anything else inside of here that's going to be useful? Not that I can see. Let's give him the helmet so he's at least got, like, a little bit more oomph to him. So, like, he can hang in the front lines a little bit better. We might even swap him into right there, but he's only level 1. So we're going to want to give him a couple feeder fights before we get too wild and crazy. If he puts on the cloak right there, he's got, like, a little cape on. We'll just throw the gear on whoever can take the gear right now. I have 3 of these, which means it's time for us to combine them. We've also got some better shoulder pads right there that we can throw on somebody. Probably you. You don't even have shoulder pads. So yeah, let's put the shoulder pads on you real quick, because that'll once again boost up your stamina a little bit since you're in the front lines kind of like scrumming with the enemy. We've got a few of these hammers right here. Let's go ahead and combine those. Enemies do drop loot during combat. The amount of rogues and whatnot you have in the party determine how much loot you get. Is that Hammer of Wrath better than the Hammer of Wrath that he has? If I can get another green Hammer of Wrath, we'll be in good shape. I think that these guys look very, very doable. The fights that it proposes are based on the average level of all of your characters, from what I can tell. And so when you bring on a new guy, there will be gimme fights in there that you can look at to help get him leveled up and maybe keep him alive a little bit longer. He's hitting pretty hard right now. Yeah, that guy just got launched. He got sent to the moon. My man's going to have to find a Wi-Fi connection or a satellite connection or something to communicate with that orc family. Bye, buddy. There we go, another one decapitated and taken care of for the great and powerful majesty of the dwarves. We have a berserker formation now. We also got a bow of wrath right there, which is a little bit nicer than what we had previously. The assassin's razor we definitely want. The copper spalders we definitely want. That we definitely want. And so we're going to peel off that guy's weapon right there real fast. We're going to put that right there. That right there, and that right there. Good. That gave us a blue hammer of wrath, which is absolutely, positively fantastic. We'll put that back on him to increase his DPS a little bit. Copper spalders go on rogues. And those are better than what he has on right now. That's also better than his dagger. That's better than his bow. And so we should be in a pretty decent position right here. There we go. We'll break all that stuff down just to keep it all out of the way. And we'll boost those up to the next tiers so that we have good quality mithrils in here. And then our next battle, that one should be doable. This one also not too bad. We'll see how the damage arranges itself. But the fight, oh my god, dude, that shatter ability that he throws out there is just the best. It is absolute. I love the way they fly through the air when he throws his shatter ability around. Their collective health is falling apart. I do like that explosive arrow ability too. Like, it's lighting guys on fire, it's causing mayhem, it's putting dots on people. That's just perfect. Good stuff. All right, so the enemy's down and we've taken care of business. We've got another sword right there, which is good because I actually want to combine those. And then we've got an epic mithril right there. I wasn't expecting that to drop. Helmet of Wrath, we could get a better explosive quiver. If we get 2 of these, we could upgrade them to blue quality, which would help out quite a bit. We also have a Helmet of Wrath over here, which would be nice, unlike our front rank guys. Oh, he's already got a Helmet of Wrath on. Okay. But it is green quality. I'm going to take both those in case more of them come up in the draft. You never know what's going to come up. Let's go back to our war party management. We also have gems to spend. I should probably spend those ASAP. Continue working on the Path of Stamina, I think. Actually, we're going to buy a rune, weren't we? Let's buy a rune. A random defensive rune, an offensive rune, a support rune. Let's get a tier 2 support rune. What did we get? We got a reputation rune. Increases the chance to encounter a veteran dwarf by 24%. So I'm guessing the runes go in these little slots over here that I haven't unlocked yet. So we can't use the rune yet. So that probably wasn't the best use of my money just yet. But, ooh, we got a bunch of big fights in front of us, huh? Okay, go with these guys, but this one's going to get pretty hot and spicy. I don't have a good vibe about this one because they've got healers, we've got healers, they've got casters, we've got casters. If we can isolate and eliminate, I think we'll be okay. Oh, explosive arrow coming in hot, giving them what for, sending the green horde flying right there. Love to see it. That's the good stuff. And actually, I think that explosive arrow quiver is absolutely carrying us right now. Not just kinda, it's like super carrot. What is that thing? Spirit of the Kakapo. What does that thing do? Call of Rimu. I don't know what it does. Ooh, an epic divine crown though. I'll take that. Red steel spalders, I'll take those too. Okay, let's go to our war party. And we'll give that to him. And then as far as these red steel spalders go, let's give those to let's give those to probably this guy, because he's all about the DPS, and so red steel spalders are going to give us strength so that he can mash that out a little bit better. How many of these arrows do I have? I want to upgrade these arrows like ASAP Rocky, dude. Like, the faster we get these arrows upgraded, the faster, or I guess the faster I will achieve enlightenment and nirvana. Let's go to the shop and maybe recycle it a couple times just to see what happens. We've got a nicer Warhammer. Does he have a blue Warhammer? What Warhammer does he have? He's got a blue Warhammer, so we don't got to worry about that. Let's go for, there's 4 healers on that group. Let's go for this group right here, maybe. This one has an elite in it, but it honestly doesn't look that stiff. Let's see if we can take him. So far, DPS race looks about even. Explosive arrow. There we go. Nice little damage burn right there. We are on fire now, but my entire front line has healing rain on them. That's why you're seeing those clouds up above everybody's head. And it looks like we're sweeping for the moment, so that's good. Lots of there's lots of dwarves being healed. There's lots of orcs on fire. A pleasant green bacon sort of Dr. Seuss aroma is in the air. We're feeling pretty good right now. I mean, we've got our 80s music playing. A lot of people think that dwarves are into heavy metal. Not the case. One of the lower kind of low-level lore things about dwarves is that they actually really prefer synth pop from the 80s. Mostly Wilson Phillips. I don't know. I can't explain it. Mostly Wilson Phillips with the occasional Belinda Carlisle. I can't like I said, I can't explain it. They do what they do, and I don't complain because they're efficient in battle and they murder people. You don't complain about a good thing, all right? You just let the dwarf do his thing, smash the enemy's face in, and move along the line. We've got a blue bow right here ready to go, so let's go ahead and mash that on out. Blue bow's ready to rock. Good stuff. We've also got a water staff upgrade, which I think this guy is still rocking a white staff, and so that'll be a nice little come up. I'll put the blue bow on him, and then I don't think with the red steel shoulders, we can put those on him, I guess, for like a little bit of a boost. We can put the Helmet of Wrath on him for a little bit of a boost as well. And then what's this fight? They've got no healer, dude. They're toast. This is the easiest money that I've ever made in my dwarf life. Their knockback is going to be a little bit to get over the top of, but as per usual, I feel like we're going to... Oh, front line's been knocked. They are in the middle of our mages right now. Okay, get the front line back up in there. Oof, we needed to reassemble for a second. Somebody, yeah, it's that big hammer right there. That big hammer's causing problems, but nothing that an arrow with an explosive grenade taped to the end can't fix up. For the life of me, I don't actually know what the Bannerman does. It says he rallies everybody. I assume he gives them some kind of buff or something, but, like, as far as I can tell, there's no way to, like, mouse over the abilities that are on this thing. And so I haven't really been able to figure out exactly what it is some of the abilities do. So, one thing to keep in mind is that you can kind of extrapolate a little bit by watching the battle go down, but it's tough. We can upgrade our shop again, and we don't particularly need any purchases right now. I'll upgrade the shop again. That sounds good. Shop is at tier 5 right now, and at tier 5, it looks like we are currently in the market for epic items. We're not there for legendaries and mythics yet, but we are arriving. These battles look really, really easy. Let's do this battle. I have faith in Explosive Grenade. These guys are hitting us really, really hard, but they have no healers. That's the thing you have to remember, is that we're healing off their damage right now, and they are healing off none of our damage. Waiting on Explosive Arrow to go out. Explosive Arrow getting some really, really solid DPS out right there. Thorvir taking some damage that I would rather he not be taking at the moment. When your dwarves die, they are dead permanently, and you just have to replace them on the roster. And so losing a dwarf is a bad thing. You don't want to lose one of your high-level dwarves that knows what's going on and is a veteran in the world of combat. However, occasionally inside the recruitment menu, you do get dwarves that are better than other dwarves. All right. No loot acquired on that one. It's kind of a bump. What is that thing? A thunder staff? Yeah, we're gonna have to go for that. Let me get hands on with the thunder stick. Throw that on that guy because he's still using a white weapon, so we might as well put the blue on him and see how it changes up the composition and how battle flows. Is his sword one-handed? No, his sword is two-handed. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't totally sure that his sword wasn't one-handed. He hasn't been running around without a shield this entire time. No veteran dwarves in there just yet. I only have 7 gems. We did get that berserker stance, so if we have 3 two-handed melee weapons in the clan, everyone gets a parry chance. Okay. I think we could probably, yeah, that sounds all right. As far as battles go, nothing too simple right now, but also nothing too gnarly. So we'll just take this feeder fight right here because it seems like that's sort of like the mood we're in. They've got a but where's the thunder at? I want to see the thunder. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Make it rain thunder on these green skin heretics, these outlanders. Okay. I don't know if I like it better than the Firebird that lights them all on fire, but it does seem to be fairly useful, and honestly, it doesn't seem to have affected our efficiency in any way, shape, or form. And so I will take it. All in all, very, very happy with this build. I am pleased. This game is going places. It had a $15 price tag from what I remember, which was a big sticking point for a lot of people. It was kind of like a mobile phone game when it first came out, where it was just about mashing armies together and going like and making mouth noises. It's starting to get the level of complexity that justifies its cost. This is a nice, easy, breezy game. There's two of them right there. What do they do? An elite orc? He's got rings. Oh, we have no choice but to take the elite battle. Okay, let's take the middle range elite battle then and kind of see what happens here. They do hit pretty hard, but I don't think it's going to matter once the explosive arrows hit. I think we'll actually get relics for this as well because there's elites involved, but we'll see afterwards. They have been vanquished. Oof, 143 damage hit right there. Good stuff. They're hanging in there, though, dude. Why are we all, like, charred right now? Did we get lit on fire or something? There we go. Explosive arrow took care of him. The elites have been eliminated. It looks like we've actually got a tavern now, so another mechanic being unlocked right there. So we get more dwarves that we can store inside of a tavern. So do they get, like, XP while they're inside of here? Okay, so this is the catch-up mechanic. Back in the old versions of this game, there was no way to, like, bounce back if you lost a couple dwarves in combat. You were just kind of hosed and you death spiraled. This right here will allow us to put dwarves in here, and we can feed them beer to train them and keep them on our bench, effectively, of our roster, so that when somebody dies, we can just cycle them back on in, and they will be at the same level as the guy that was gone away. We can also start tavern brawls, and it looks like there's little training things that we can do over here too. It looks like we can also retire our dwarves from over here, and they'll distribute all the XP they've gained amongst all the dwarves that are among all the clan members. Okay. And then we also get a bunch of beers for that, for leveling up other guys. Interesting. Lots of new stuff being added to the game, and honestly, I'm stoked about it. Anything that has more dwarves makes me happy. So we've got a holy crystal, absorbs 28% of magic damage received and stores it, releases all stored energy after 5 hits as a holy explosion that will heal everybody in the area. Yeah, I'll take that. I want that. Give me that. I'm going to put that on one of my dwarves right there. That sounds amazing. We'll put that on one of my healer dwarves so that they're all ready to rock. But this is Dwarves Glory Death and Loot. This is one of those games that they've added a lot more to it since the last time I played it, so I was pleased to come back in and check it on out. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, Dwarves Glory Death Loot. Tomorrow, something else. Thank you for sharing the afternoon with me, and I will catch you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Take care, folks.